Hello, my little fantasy nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of Dungeon Crawlers,
Dungeon
where
Crawlers?
I have finally come to the conclusion I no longer have to make death threats about killing my party. They'll kill themselves.
Kill them all.
True.
That's what
It
I'm
has
here for.
happened. Twice now.
So, um, the group, having fled from the Whispering Sprite, or the Sperry Sprite, fled into the streets chased by guards and whatever else they might be chased by, some form of RoboCop-ish type entity, flee into the streets, making their way downtown,
Walking
making their
fast.
way.
Way downtown.
Faces past and we're homebound.
I had to throw it in there. It just was right there in front of me, and I went, I'm just gonna take this one and I'm gonna run with it.
How can you not?
Maces fast. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I need you. All right, anyways. Uh, Making their way into the streets, into the dark of the night, fleeing from law enforcement. They made their way to a small hovel inn of sorts, where they proceeded to try and rest and catch up and discuss. Upon sitting in the smaller room, they noticed two of the members noticed a faint glowing eye appear in a corner of the room all of a sudden, peer around the room, and then disappear. As they went and felt towards this eye, they found one of the party members, Alyssa, who had been invisible, sitting in the corner. After some discussions, talks, and arguments, um, a fight broke out between the group. And Alyssa basically offered herself to Freya, antagonizing and prodding the bear as much as possible. Things were said. She alluded to the fact that she had basically given herself up to be branded by the Undying One, setting tensions even higher than they were before. At that point, Freya lost her cool and enveloped herself in shadows somehow. A sight that the group has seen before, and had recognized. They tried to hold her back, but as the fight ensued, Alyssa took more and more and more damage, to the point where she was knocked unconscious. And as she was knocked unconscious, she came back just enough to spout off one last little thing as Morn turned and introduced her to the face of an axe, um, ending Alyssa's life proper. They walked through the door and out into the streets. I would say it's probably around 7-ish a.m., 8 a.m., probably by the time this whole thing went down, probably like 8:30. So you guys are currently standing in the slums, in the dirt streets. The sun is up. You've all had a long rest, minus whatever damage you guys had taken from the battle, if you took any, or any moves that you had used.
And I'm
What are you doing?
exhausted.
Yeah, you have 1 point of exhaustion because you did not sleep at all. Hello? Okay. Oh, yes, thank you, Kai. As she passed away and her body began to bleed out, um, the body suddenly burst into a green flame and did burn out of existence for some reason. You're unsure why or where.
That's because she's in hell.
Arm of it.
Didn't like that playlist for some reason.
I was gonna say something a little more gentle. Battle's over. You guys are standing in the streets right now.
I think I just put tens.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
the day is moving. People are hustle and bustle. As much as people in the slums can be. People are moving about their day, gathering supplies, groceries. You do notice some excuse me, some awkward looks from time to time as people haven't noticed your kind before.
That works. Okay. I believe I was vacating, or that was Freya's first instinct after kind of coming to and realizing what had happened, and being kind of like confused by it and a little worried. Just kind of left and warned the individuals that were following that it's probably a good idea to maintain some distance. So, after saying that, she'd still be trying to create some distance, walk away.
I think we were just gonna follow, but not that closely. I see Morn talking.
Oh yeah, Morn, we can't hear you.
I'd probably fall back a little bit, make sure Kaz and Andre are following, but I would still have set out Freya. We need to get off the street. You can't be seen here.
Would be, I mean, initially on the street, but I wouldn't be walking just out in the open. So, I mean, if there's like an alleyway or something to walk into and out of the open, that would be probably next move.
I mean, there's some side streets. There's a lot of side streets, but I mean, there's no like giant shops, bars, inns. There's kind of like a thoroughfare, like a flea market type deal. You kind of hear a lot of voices in the distance. You assuming there's a lot of bartering going on.
So I would duck into, I guess, this little side street and just turn and address them once again. Maybe you guys should talk about or think about what to do next. I'm going to look around a little bit.
I don't think that's a good idea. You have to trust us.
I do trust you, but I don't think you should trust me.
I've seen you like this. We've seen you like this before.
That doesn't make it any safer. I don't really know what's going on or why that's happening, and obviously I can't be trusted not to turn on you, so maybe you should talk about next plans without me hearing.
It'll be fun. Morn just murdered somebody. We're still planning with him. I think it's fine.
Oh my god.
We watched him murder somebody just a minute ago.
Oh my god. Fucking Kaz. That's great! Morn just killed somebody, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, so you're plenty trustworthy by comparison.
As he points back and the
You
blood
know-
is starting to leak out from underneath the door.
You know, Kaz, you're right. And Martin's just gonna pretty angrily kind of walk off. Kind of past Andre, probably about 50 feet. The other way.
Um. So, I still wouldn't necessarily. I don't know. I'm not going to actively walk away anymore, but I'm still going to be at a distance and maybe just like lean up against a wall or a house or whatever I'm close to at this point.
Okay.
Just kind of look in the other direction. It was kind of rough because Kaz and Henri. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Perfect.
Hey, sorry
Hello,
about
hello.
that.
We need help.
Quickly.
Oh shit, what's happening?
Quickly. Quickly. We need you in here. Quick. Hurry. Shit's
Fucking
going down.
what?
Shit's
Jesus.
going down.
Not much has happened. We have gone outside and we've been following Freya. Freya kind of went off into like a little kind of alley with like a couple of shops or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Told us not to follow her.
Of course.
And then Kaz called Morn out for killing a guy and saying, "Hey, if we trust him, we can still trust you as well." Talking to Freya, and Morn didn't like that, so Morn's now off in a different direction too. So that's it. You're filled in.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why is all the shit happening whenever I'm not here?
Get your ass here.
I'm getting my arse in here.
Let's take
Was
this
I
town and get Henri's daughter.
Seriously. Fuck this place. I hate it.
I'm just gonna sit by Freya, and I have in my a pipe, and I also have pipe tobacco that I think is from the Nine Hells, or maybe it came from the guy in the swamp.
Actually, I think
Sounds
you
familiar.
did get tobacco when you were there.
So I'm just going to
Oh
sit
yeah.
with Freya, and
You got it from the turtle.
yeah. I
Oh,
think
that
so.
one.
Oh, this.
No,
Oh yeah, this.
I thought
Yeah,
he got
you
something.
definitely, well, you definitely got some from him, but
Yeah, I think there was
thought I
something that you
remembered.
got from Hell
Yep, he
too.
definitely gave you something. He told you it will help you relax, give you a
Delvin.
kick. Yep.
yeah, good old Delvin.
He liked.
And go on down, He give
Yeah.
you that pot tobacco. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just pack my pipe and sit by Freya and take a few puffs and offer some to her as well if she wants it.
Yeah, Kaz is offering. She'll grab and take a couple puffs.
You guys both take nice big puffs, and you feel very relaxed. A little awake, but very relaxed.
Oh, so it's an upper, not a downer.
A little bit of both.
It's gonna be probably a hard day, so may help.
Is Kaz saying that?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely will be. A lot to figure out. Hard to know what's the next best course of action.
And then just as a friendly reminder, remember that Morn did have another match today.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we should decide whether we still want to do that. Of course, more left.
I
He
didn't,
only walked 50 feet away or so.
I'm not too far away. I was actually gonna come up to talk to Henri.
If he's still up for it, it's still a good plan. As long as we don't have to worry about somebody poisoning
Interfering.
and tricking the system again.
Yeah. I think Mord's ego might have been bruised a little bit the last time.
I don't think so. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just not sure if he does. Maybe it'll be good for him to get back in there.
Yeah, I don't doubt he would do really well. I'll probably take another puff of the pipe.
You relax
Henri.
even more.
Henri, are you with them?
Where did they go?
You guys are just standing out in the street right now.
Oh,
Kaz approached Freya and sat
Yeah,
down.
I was a little ways away. Kaz came up to me, so I don't, unless Henri said, or unless Henri was following. I don't know. You're kind of maybe right in between.
no, I probably would have let you guys go.
I'm gonna go up to
Probably.
Henri then.
Are we still like by the place where we were hiding out?
Like
Okay.
right next to it still.
I'm gonna go up to Henri and be like, we should deal with Alyssa's body. I think. And I'm gonna just start walking that direction.
I'll follow him.
I'm sorry I messed up everything about getting your daughter back.
Well,
I shouldn't have done that.
I don't think it was your fault.
I just got scared when I saw Freya do that thing again.
No, it's. I feel the same way. It wasn't good to see.
She's right when she
No.
knows that there's nothing we can do to help it. I want to be there. Nothing.
Maybe that's enough. Just being there. Being there to pull her out fit when she needs us. Needs a helping hand. Maybe that's all we can do.
One of these times, she's not going to get pulled back.
Well, if you say it like that, then it's bound to happen. But I know the feel. You know, I thought when we were in the swamp and I had that, talk with Alyssa, I thought maybe I'd gotten through to her and started changing her mind, but, well, now it's clear that I was wrong. I maybe may have lived your ages a couple times over by now. But still, I don't think I'm any different. I don't feel any more enlightened than anyone else.
You wouldn't have killed her.
Well, after all that came out, I mean, I think I was a bit stunned in the moment, but no, I think for our sakes, you did the right thing, even if it was hard to do, even if you didn't want to do it.
You said that you had dreams with the Undying One. I think I had one too. Last night, the Undying One came to me with an offer, saying I could join him.
It's a little different than mine.
Power. He reached out his hand, offering it. What if that's what Alyssa accepted? Like, when she said that, I couldn't believe that she would do that. But part of me actually did believe that she did that.
Well, had she done that, or had she not done it? What doesn't change is the fact that what she was doing was actively undermining us and working against us, even if she didn't mean for that to happen necessarily. It still did. And, well, I don't know if I could have struck the blow myself. I'm glad you did. You were not the biggest obstacle in the way just because of that little incident.
I know.
No. The blame rests with her, because she's the one that got everyone whipped up into a frenzy in the first place. But at the same time, we should try not to think so little of her. Clearly, whatever happened to her before she became whatever she was very difficult and shaped her in a way that...
She wasn't always like that.
I would like to think so. And I guess I
So
will
what-
continue to think so until proven otherwise.
So what's left in this house then, when we get there?
Is there even a body for us to
Oh,
dispose
There's,
of?
there's lots of blood.
No.
So when you walk into the room and you open the door, there's the pool of blood where the decapitation happened, and then small scorch marks where the outline of the body would have been.
Come.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
She cleaned up her own mess.
Can we cut apart parts of the or remove some of the boards where there were scorch marks? And...
It's just a dirt floor.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it was a hovel.
Oh, yep. So I guess we could just try and cover it up with dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of
Just brush it aside.
Yeah.
mix
It takes
the earth in a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. Like, you first start doing it, it's like big clumps of blood mud, and you're like, oh baby, and you're kind of spreading it out, and you're kicking more dirt
if you
on it.
will,
Blood.
Yeah, it's burnt blood mud.
Blood.
Burnt blood.
No, I'm not even gonna give you the satisfaction. Whatever, I can't.
satisfaction.
Ratification.
Thank you. I can't
Satisfaction.
speak right now.
Gratification.
The fatification.
I said rhinosaur earlier today.
I made him laugh so hard he's speechless, guys.
No, like, it literally hurt me so bad it killed the amount of brain cells that I needed to say the word. I just went like, and like minor stroke, and then tried to
Blood.
say it. It didn't. Yeah, exactly. New words. New words.
Hey, everybody else thought it was funny, or at least they thought it was funny from your reaction.
They were just
Yeah.
muted. Trust me, they were laughing.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm not
but-
even sure that that's a
Blood.
portmanteau because it's still the word blood. Like,
Yeah.
I know. So it takes you like 20 minutes to get everything kind of cleaned up, brushed over, spread out enough where you're kind of like, okay, somebody was in here, but there's not like a pool of blood.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of
It's a little bit of blood.
a little bit of blood.
So at this point, it's around, I would say probably around 9:30ish in the morning, 9:30, 10. And you knew right around noon was when your match was.
So
I'm sorry, and what is it now?
like 9:30, 10. Then yeah, the next match started at noon. So after Morn and Henri left, I would have kind of turned to Kaz. Kaz, can I trust you to be honest with me?
I always am.
Yes, you always are, for the most part.
With you guys.
Yeah. So, if I had to ask you a hard question, could trust that you would give me the correct answer and not spare my feelings?
Lay it on me.
Before I say, or before I ask, I don't think I should stay. I don't know what's going on, and it seems to only be getting worse. Whatever happened in that house, it wasn't me. I didn't have any control, and I don't think I would be able to live with myself or forgive myself if I ever hurt one of you, and I don't know if that's even a possibility. I've obviously turned on you guys. I don't know how far that goes, and if I can't control myself, I don't know what to do.
Well, I think that we did the right thing. For starters, I'm somewhat relieved that Morn had to finish the job, because while I would have been willing to do it, I think that it would have haunted me later. But I think that was the right thing. I think we were all justified in what happened. And if you're worried about it, instead of leaving, why don't you give Morn your bow?
What does my bow have to do with it? I couldn't control myself. It wasn't that I didn't want to fight or kill Alyssa. I did want that. But it wasn't me doing it.
I understand. I don't know exactly what it has to do with the bow, but I think it has something to do with it.
It's just a bow.
It's not just a bow. I don't know what all it is, but it's not just a bow. It has an ability to change you, and it also has what seems like a hit list on it. That either comes from you or that it makes up itself. I don't know. But I just think when you approach a problem, the first solution you try is the least permanent solution. If you leave, that could be permanent. Something could happen to you, or we could get split up. We could go somewhere else and you never find us again. If you just give your bow to Morn, ask him to hold it and not destroy it, he can give it back if it turns out that's not what the problem is. Right?
Right. But then
I
what
just
if
think
that's not the
solution should be
problem?
the least permanent possible solution. That way you have a fallback plan.
But what if nothing changes?
Then we'll figure it out.
In the
I think
meantime,
that you lost control because you wanted to attack Alyssa. I don't think that you're going to be forced to attack one of us if you don't want to, because you would have done that by now.
maybe. I would just worry that in the meantime, if that's not the problem, if something did happen. Just scared.
Something did happen. Morn could probably restrain you and make sure that we don't get hurt too badly.
Okay. I'll try letting him hold the bow as long as he doesn't try to break it.
Now, you have a second bow. What do you need it for?
Sentimental reasons? It's what I had that I started my freedom with. It was kind of like a gift.
Maybe you could take a piece of it and keep it on your person all the time, like a charm or something. Something smaller, so that you'll always remember.
But then I'd be ruining the gift.
Maybe, but sometimes we have to let go of the past. That doesn't always mean forget, but you have to let go and move on. So maybe you take a piece to remember, because you should always remember, but you also need to move on. Alyssa didn't move on, and that's why she was the way that she was. I'm sure at some point she was a different person, and she had some really bad experiences, and she chose to never move on from that until she didn't even see herself as a person anymore.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So moving past something is hard, but it's a choice that you make. It's not something that happens with enough time. You have to choose to move past things that happened. Maybe part of that is losing the bow. Or maybe not. That's for you to decide.
So I'll look both visibly uncomfortable, but also very deep in thought.
A big hit of the pipe.
So we'll look uncomfortable, but also like I'm absorbing and really thinking deeply on what Kaz is saying.
Okay.
But definitely with a tone of discomfort as well. Probably get teary-eyed as well, kind of thinking about having to like let go of things and whatnot. After a little bit, just kind of absorbing and thinking about what Kaz is saying. Okay, I'll think about it, and I'll try something before just leaving.
Freya, what do you want to do? You're gonna live a few hundred years. Wait, do you live a few hundred years? Do you
Yeah.
live a normal? Yes. Okay.
But
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Actually, really hadn't thought about it. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really have anywhere, and I don't really have family. You guys are like my family now, and I hadn't really thought about what happens next. This has all kind of been, I don't know, my
Well,
life.
this group is the only family that I have left, but you're gonna outlive us by 10x. So you should prepare yourself for that, and it's okay that you don't know, but you should think about what you want to do, but more importantly, who you want to be during that time. And then I think you should consider, once you have an answer to that, is this bow and these memories and these things that happen to you that you're holding on to so tightly that you can't let go because you're so scared of letting them go, are those things going to help you be that person, or are they going to prevent you from being that person? I think that I know the answer to that question, but you have to answer it for you.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it. I guess I always thought it was gonna be like bringing me freedom. It was kind of my tie to remembering who prevented me from having that.
Sometimes when a mouse moves into a bigger cage, he thinks that he's free.
Jesus, Kaz.
God, fucking Kaz the what? Am I talking to Mimir or am I talking to Kaz?
you're pulling out all the fucking like.
Okay.
Shit is
Sorry,
deep.
I had to say something. Continue. Don't get sidetracked. Go.
So
The
sometimes
things
mouse,
that
yeah.
you think set you free are the same things that imprison you.
Dude, when are you gonna open up a tea shop in Bossing? Say like, come on, Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, no shit.
Shit.
No, it's keep going. Keep going.
So just think about it, and then to your original question, you're gonna outlive all of us. So, you know, if you want to know what I think, don't leave, because what will seem to approach very quickly, is that we will leave this world, and you'll be behind, and you'll wish that we had more time.
Damn.
So you're gonna have 700 years without us. Don't, let's get a few good decades in before that. is what I think.
Guess I was just thinking that you were gonna tell me that I was crazy and out of my mind, and I need to seek help. But instead, you've given me a lot of things to think about that I hadn't really
Man,
thought about.
we all may need help.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
just because you did what you thought was the right thing doesn't mean that it's easy or that you won't be haunted by having to do that for years, right?
It's true. We'll change that.
Yeah. A little too happy for.
Yeah, we were
Heaviness.
doing good. Now we're all like hop skippy.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, thank you for talking so, I don't know, clearly, I guess.
Honestly.
Yeah,
You
and
told me to be
honestly,
honest.
I did. And not
That's
like, I don't know, sugarcoating everything, which I wouldn't expect you to do anyway. So I wasn't really asking for you to be honest because I thought you wouldn't be, because you usually say things how they are. But I appreciate you.
I will sometimes make a joke to avoid a serious conversation. So I understand. We all have our coping mechanisms, right?
Yeah. Thank you. I feel a lot better. And I'll try to think more objectively about short-term things, what I should do, instead of making a long-term permanent decision.
Even if your life is hundreds of years, you still only get one. So,
God
think
damn.
about what you want out of yours.
He just keeps coming with it. You're just like a walking, like...
And then and then let's get more into the arena.
Yes,
I
forgot
think
about that.
I think it maybe will help him. I made him mad earlier. Or upset or something.
Yeah. Still has a shot.
I mean, he
Probably
did
don't have-
murder someone.
It was necessary. If he hadn't done it, I would have done it.
Did. I'm glad that it was him instead of me. I'm going to tell myself that I wasn't involved. But, it'd be good for him to, maybe cathartic for him to enter the ring and open up a can of whoop ass,
Yeah.
which is his coping mechanism, right?
He does like fighting.
Yep.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Let's go.
Anybody else? So, as you finish the conversation, and you are taken back by Kaz's words, from the joker of the group and not so serious to all of a sudden deep words of wisdom. Out of the corners of your eyes, you notice a face peeking out from the side of a building, and then as you kind of like slowly turn your head to look in the direction, the face disappears again, and then as you go back to talking and you're paying attention to the group, you see kind of like peeking out again. And more in honor, you kind of see this but from a different angle as well. As you guys are having your own little conversation, you kind of look towards Freya and Kaz, and you're noticing them have the conversation off kind of to the right, like kilter from them, Kitty Wampus. You see somebody kind of peek out from behind of a building, and when they kind of turn to look, you see the individual kind of, go back behind the building.
I think
Morn,
I
you're
might
muted.
be. I'm gonna. Does it seem like there's a way around that building easily, like behind the back of it?
Oh, there's like a ton of ways. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, you're in
I
the
wanna try
slums.
to
There's a
get-
building every like 10 feet.
I want to try to get close and see if I can get a better look at the person, like from behind.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Indeed. You are rolling the stealth. With advantage because of the cloak.
Yep.
Weak.
You're
I
you're
know, right?
easily able to skirt around the buildings quickly. As Morn, you're kind of like talking to Andre, and you notice all of a sudden she gets low, and just like you turn to look back at Kaz and Freya, and you turn back, and she's just gone.
Well, I saw the figure though, right? This.
Yeah, but you
I
were
know what Andre's up to.
and she just like disappears.
I'll try and just nonchalantly act like I'm by myself now.
Okay. Doesn't take you very long, about a minute or two, and you come around one of the back sides of the building, and you notice a like a normal height human individual with like dirty blonde hair, and he just keeps like looking to the building, and then comes back, and then he has his back to the building, and he sits there for a moment or two, and he looks like he's like talking to himself a little bit. And then after a moment or two, he peeks back around the building and kind of stares at the group again.
No, any distinguishing like markings on his clothing or anything like that? That
Not that you know. Just
pretty normal looking, but human.
Yep.
I'm gonna approach Kaz and Freya and just act normal, but Andre and I were being watched. They see us too, and I think he's looking at us. Andre out scouting for him. So just
Oh, that movement that was over there? That's where Henri is? Should we do anything or should we wait?
Andre's gonna try and find out who it is. Be ready in case something happens, I guess.
Let's
Okay.
move closer, but maybe like around a corner so we're out of sight. But if we hear a kerfuffle, we can.
Kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Kerfuffle. Okay. So you guys slowly kind of make your way towards the person, but like around the building, kind of like nonchalantly walking. Andre,
Yeah.
you notice the person kind of like goes back against the building again and starts to make their way kind of like farther away to another building to get around another corner.
Can I try to like I want to try to intercept them.
Yeah.
In one of the
See.
alleys. And
That's-
do I have to roll to try to do that, or
No, it's easy enough. It's with that stealth check, not hard at all.
okay?
So
Yeah.
you see where he is going, where this individual is going, and you manage to kind of like go, okay, he's heading towards that building, so I'm gonna come around the right side, and literally as he's coming around the side of the building, I'll be coming right up on him. So you're able to pretty much calculate that to a T, and you take off at a like not a run, but like a stealthy run, like a very fast paced,
like low to the ground and like
very light footsteps. You're able to make your way around the building, and this individual you don't think sees you coming. And this individual comes around the side of the building.
Before I do though, I have a bit of a spidey sense, so I know she's
Okay.
there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure I know what you're trying to do, so We could just come out and talk like civilized folk.
I'll step out with an eyebrow raised and be like, "You're a perceptive one."
I have methods.
Right, all I wanted to do was talk. I've got a question for you. What are you doing spying on me and my friends?
Hold on, Jen, I got a question for you. I'll type it to you.
Yes, sir.
Tad's already up in arms. Don't trust Frosty. We haven't even met the character
We
yet.
don't
We're already
even
like,
know
don't fucking
that.
trust him. Don't trust him.
He's like,
Of
I
course
was at
not.
the market. I was buying apples.
He's set enough Kaz fireball now.
Yeah, Honore's in the way. It doesn't matter. We gotta kill him.
Yeah. What kind of magical apples are those?
Somehow I knew that it was Frosty's new character like almost immediately.
Yeah,
It seems very obvious now. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, I was still just like, what would obviously like she wouldn't take very kindly to somebody spying on us, no matter who they are.
I've
we
actually
can look
been
up. We can look
following-
up his name because it's on Frey's bow. Probably.
Go ahead. Sorry, Frosty.
Oh no, you're good. I've actually been following you guys for quite some time. You could actually thank me for distracting the guards and pulling them away from your little escape excursion.
That did seem a little bit convenient that they happened to not be there. What? Why? Why would you do that? For a group of strangers that you don't know.
Yes, but they're interesting. More particularly the half-elf.
Frosty, don't target me again, please.
And what
Oh,
makes
man.
you say that?
I'm sure you saw it. Well, you were escaping with her. That form interests. I just want to ask her a few questions regarding it.
Fucking shit.
And how do I know that you're not here to, arrest her? Or me, for that matter. And further impede the mission that we've come to complete.
You think I look like one of McKill's city guard? And as you look, he's dressed in like black, like hide armor. Not very regal looking, very ragged, and he's got a hood over his head.
And Frosty, in your ear, you hear, "Fuck this guy. Just kill him. He's a dick.
Great, he
Don't
hears
really like
voices.
him anyways."
Fuck.
I'll communicate in my head. Calm down, Ozzy. We're here to ask them questions, remember?
Yeah, well, I'd like to be calm too, but this guy's being fucking rude.
I have a similar voice in my head too.
It happens every time I have to fucking deal with dumbasses at the casino. Just fucking kill him.
Oh my god.
I'm like, no, I can't do that. I need to do my job. But this guy's being such a dick. Just fucking run him through.
So I just sort of nervously laugh in my mind and say, always the jokester, Ozzy. And then I go back to looking at Henri, who I don't know is Henri.
So you just see him space out, like Andre, like as he's talking to you, you see him space out for like a couple of seconds. You're kind of like, what the fuck? And you just see him kind of like, and then goes back to talking to you.
I already love this character and I haven't even met him yet.
And so the last thing he said was, do I look like one of McKill's city guard?
Well, no, I suppose not.
Well, there you go.
If you're not, then who are you?
A traveler of sorts.
The traveler! In just her voice.
Oh, the traveler.
Oh my god, the traveler. Would
He
you like a
talks to me
lollipop?
sometimes. Oh, the traveler.
More specifically, I guess you could say an opponent to the Empire.
Now we're talking.
I would like to insight check. Not very good.
Seems very truthful.
They're definitely talking.
I wonder what about, though. Can I tell if Henri appears to be distressed or anything like that, or am I not really able to tell from where I am?
You've been with Henri long enough to like recognize like body postures and stuff like that. She seems, I mean, she doesn't seem like she's fully on edge. Like she's obviously guarded against whoever this is.
Guarded but confident.
But yeah, but not like
Worried or
nervous.
nervous? Okay.
Yeah, this looks like a conversation. Like obviously she looks like she could pull her swords at any second, but not to the point of like, you know, this is danger. So.
Henri trusts
I
her.
suppose I'd be willing to let you talk to her. However, I can't guarantee she'll open up. And I
Great.
also can't guarantee your safety if you decide to try anything.
You'll see no weapons drawn from me.
Right? Long as you keep that, these babies won't have to come out. And I'll kind of pat my weapons.
From the tiny elf.
5'7", fuck off.
And don't make me draw these weapons.
Nez, actually, as he says that, he sort of like, puts his arms out, and you see that he actually doesn't have any weapons on him.
Right.
So,
Well, you
Come
can
with
lead
me.
me over? Oh, okay.
And I will lead this individual out of the alleys by the building where we've been hiding out. And I'll kind of like motion to the others to follow.
So, as you guys watch the conversation go down, a couple minutes later, you see Henri walking behind this individual towards the group, kind of motioning for you guys to walk over. And they're standing kind of like in a back alley.
Mhm.
Given my reputation with getting easily upset and losing control, I probably would not be the first one to go approach.
Yeah, I'll wait for her to approach. Or him to approach.
Doesn't take very long. All of a sudden, the individual is standing before you with Henri kind of off to one side.
Henri, who's your friend?
Well, We figured introductions would best be made to the whole group, but at least it seems like he doesn't mean us any ill. But, well, he doesn't, but we know what happens to people that do.
You have a
So
name, stranger?
hostile. I do.
That's cool. Me too.
You guys just all stand. You guys stand in the semicircle, just staring at each other. Just
Do you know who we are?
A small bit. I've been following your movements for some time now.
Then you would know why we don't trust you. Pretty much everyone in this town wants us dead.
Well, at least now they do anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not
And-
important. He sort of shakes his hands in front of him. Who I really
Actually,
want to talk to is that one.
Frosty, you would know that the guards never got an identity. They don't know who they were chasing. They just know that they were chasing somebody out of the inn.
Hmm.
So you would know for the time being, their cover really hadn't been blown in McKill.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself for now. But yeah, I'll say. Anyway, though, that's not what's important. I really want to talk to that one. And he points directly at Freya.
About what?
Well, this is Fran. This is our friend Fran. I think probably
This is Fran.
whatever you want to say to her, you could probably say in the group. I'm sure. We don't have secrets from each other.
To be sure. Well, I guess I'll get right to it then. Do you happen to be one of us? I guess if you don't know, then you wouldn't be.
She's one of us.
Well, that much is obvious, but she's not one of us. I don't mean in that way. Not as in you would personally know me. I mean, are you acquainted with the way that we do things? He takes a few steps over, and he sort of bends over a little so that he leans towards you and he says, "Are you a channeler?" Oh. And this sort of playful grin that he's been wearing this whole time sort of goes down into a bit of a frown. And he says, then your case might be worse then. He sort of mutters under his breath, but enough for you to hear. Well, I guess since you're not one of us, you wouldn't have noticed him standing right there. Right there. Right there, on your shoulder. And Ozzy's on her shoulder.
Um,
I've made him visible. I've
oh,
used one of
okay.
my things.
Also, your audio isn't working on the stream, Freya.
My audio?
Yes,
Like my...
you have no sound on the stream for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's back.
What the heck?
I
don't know what they missed. Basically... I don't know how long it's been gone. Dang, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah. Since you guys started talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty much just was... All I was really doing was disagreeing pretty much with what he was asking me. Or saying I didn't know and to elaborate. Okay, so then Ozzy is apparently on my shoulder and I now can see him.
So you turn, and on your shoulder is a tennis ball sized, kind of like a little flame, and then the head of a black dragon.
I'm gonna immediately go to swat it off my shoulder. Just instinctively.
And your
Okay.
hand effortlessly passes through him.
I'm gonna be just a little bit frantic. And continue trying to swat it off of my shoulder.
I forget, Frosty, can they hear if it talks?
If I use my feature to make him visible, then he can communicate telepathically with anyone.
Okay, so in your heads you hear, "Hey, stop swatting at me, it's rude!"
Her or everyone?
All of you.
Everyone.
And can we see him as well?
Mhm.
Or just
Mhm.
Freya? Oh.
I'll stop
the-
swatting at him.
Where the hell
Thank
did that
you.
come from?
I think that devil mosquito is talking to us.
Excuse you? Not a mosquito. Thank you, little one.
I just sort of laugh.
Little one. Pardon me, but why are you on my shoulder? What are you?
He's my companion.
Like he said, companion. Sort of. I'm kinda here.
Oh my god. This is the voice we're gonna be hearing for the rest of the campaign, apparently.
Maybe.
Do you like do tricks or anything? Do you fetch?
Yeah, I make people dead.
Oh,
That's an awesome trick.
It's pretty good.
But no fetching. I'll take out a copper and throw it down the
Did you
street.
say? Wait. Did you say?
It just passes
Did you
right through him.
say? Did you say he makes people dead or he makes people dab?
dead.
Okay, that's
Dead.
two very different things.
Andre,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
need
gonna
to
throw it
calm
at him.
down.
This thing almost got my respect.
I'm gonna point.
I make people dab.
I'm gonna point at the individual in front of us and look at the little thing on my shoulder. Would you mind sitting on his shoulder? And not mine?
Just kind of like floats up and like does like a little circle around the group and then lands over on
And
the
this is
individual's
like a-
shoulder.
This is like a Ghost Rider flaming skull, but like of a dragon head, a small one.
Yeah.
Is that
Think of like like yay big ish.
Yeah. but like a
Like
flaming
a-
head?
Like the Lost
Yeah.
Souls from Doom, but instead of being flaming human demon skull things, it's a dragon skull.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
little,
I-
little,
It's
can
little-
I
not a
put my-
skull.
yeah, it's a full
Yeah.
dragon head. It's not really flaming, more like Will of the Wisp style, like ghosty type thing.
Yeah,
Ah,
and
okay.
it's a black dragon. Like it's distinctively a black dragon.
Mhm.
Oh, I was gonna see if it was hot. Can I put my hand out and see if we'll sit on my hand?
I mean, yeah, you kind of like up and under it. It's not hot.
You-
You'll
Um,
have to forgive him. He's a bit temperamental.
Yeah,
No,
well, only when
like
they're
them.
annoying.
I like this one. What's your name, friend?
Cass already
Friend.
called him a
What?
friend.
Okay,
the fuck?
Leap into that.
Cass doesn't call people friend.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Frosty, but Aziz,
Ozzy.
Ozzy. It's Ozzy. Hold on, let me look
You
something
can
up really
do
quick.
magic, though.
I
Not too many
wouldn't
do
really
that.
call it magic.
Brave showing that off to people you don't know here.
Well, I know a little bit about you, and I thought that she had one too. That's why I wanted to talk to her.
Why
He
would you
points again at
think
Fred.
that I have one? One of those
Your
things?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you think that I have one?
And what is it?
I'm a black
I-
dragon, stupid.
You
Thank
don't
you,
look like no
Ozzy.
black dragon I've seen.
Well, I mean, I'm not in body form, obviously. But
Yes, and
Right.
he's been dead for quite some time.
in my prime, I was known as the beginning of demise.
Ooh.
But anyway, to answer your question, I thought you were one of us because of your shadows. I thought you might have been channeling a spirit, like I do.
And once again, Ginge, if I recall, the shadows are... That's not something that I have any recollection of. Okay.
Kind of
Uh,
minor blank out for it.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but I definitely don't have one of those. And I'll point at Ozzy again.
I mean, we all have a shadow. I don't sort of look at the sun, and I don't.
Thanks, guys.
That's a shadow.
Yes,
I'm not a shadow.
Yeah.
yes, quite right. That's troubling, though. If you have no recollection, that it might be a forceful possession.
Again, I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
I'll just kind of look at
Yes, of
Morn.
course. I suppose I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm what's known as a spirit channeler. We form contracts with spirits who manage to linger after death in the material plane, and we harness their powers to increase our physical capabilities.
And
What I
Such a
think
cool
you
chick.
might do. Who said what?
what do they get in return?
Usually, the spirits that we bond with have some sort of goal they want to complete, but they need a human vessel to do so, and that's where we come in.
Can I talk to you alone?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. And he thumbs towards Ozzy with a sort of joking smile on his face.
Just want me
I'm gonna
to
try- I'm gonna
stay
try and
here
plumb
with
away.
them.
I'm gonna try and pull him away from the group.
Okay, I'll just stay over here. Okay.
Don't worry, you only last like 30 more seconds. You're going to go away soon.
You could
Oh.
hang out on my shoulder if you want.
Cass is like, please be my friend.
My shoulders are great. I mean, you could try it. It's up to you,
He just kind of
Whatever.
turns and just like,
or not. I don't care. I'm not like desperate for you to do it or anything. I'm just offering for your
But I
sake.
will let myself be pulled along. Oh, okay.
I don't know why I trust you, but I have been looking for someone to help her for a long time. And I'm assuming you saw what happened, 30 minutes
Hi.
ago. I think it's still fresh on her mind, though she doesn't really know what happens when it happens. She
Mhm.
becomes someone else, and I believe she is possessed by something.
That's what I think too after hearing her testimony.
So, whatever you can do, I would owe you a lot.
I can't do much, but I can confirm if that's what we're dealing with here. But I'll need her cooperation.
I'll try and help.
Thank you. And I'll wait for you to go back over and follow you.
I'm gonna head back to the group.
so the whole time this is happening, the Ozzy is talking to the group. So, at one time, I was formidable, just giant. I was feared by all man and creature, and like halfway through the conversation, he just all of a sudden disappears.
He was like boasting.
And
You
then
just finished.
in your head, Frosty, damn it! 10 more seconds. Fear, I could have installed.
I'll think in my mind, you know I can only physically manifest you for a minute at a time.
Yeah, I know. Next time, just it is what it is.
Don't let me forget where I left off.
But once we make our way back over, I'll turn to Freya and I'll say, well, after speaking with your companion here, and seeing that we agree on it, it's it's my leading theory that you are being forcibly possessed by a spirit that's lingering, and that it's taking control of you when you don't realize.
I'm gonna look at Morn and kind of raise my eyebrow. You think I'm possessed by something?
I'm gonna slowly nod. I think you can help.
In your head, Frosty, Ozzy kind of like whispers like under his breath, but you catch it. I don't think it's possession. That bow looks a little weird.
I'll think in my head, you think the item might be possessed.
Mm.
Does he say that out loud?
No,
It's
in my head.
just to him. You might want to something about that bow on the back. Give us weird vibes. I don't know why.
Well, we'll be able to find out for sure once I can sit down with her. But anyway, yes, that's what we believe. And in order for us to make sure, I'd like your cooperation in a bit of a ritual.
Now I'm gonna look at Kaz. Well, given what we talked about, Kaz, what do you think?
But what kind of how long does a ritual take, and what do you need for it?
I just need her and her cooperation.
You need like
Lasts about like a few minutes or so.
vial of blood, something
No,
something
I
weird.
just need to sit down with her and just examine her for a few minutes.
Can we be present while you do this?
Of
What
course.
if you look at her bow first?
I'll be able to look at everything, don't worry.
Alright.
And then, just to be the kind DM that I am, you guys are in the middle of a street right now, talking about
No,
doing
we're
a ritual.
not. We're over by the side of the house. We didn't cross into the street. They came to us. But yes, I guess so. Alright.
Okay.
Thank you for the heads up.
Go back to the house. But you're not taking her out of sight.
Of course. All we just need is a private area. All of you can watch.
I guess let's go back to Alyssa's house.
Yeah,
Alyssa's house.
At least we know nobody's in there.
Alright. I'm willing to listen to what you have to say and see what happens.
Wonderful. Lead the way.
I'll walk back to Alyssa's house.
Okay. Takes you just a minute or two, because you're not very far.
Since we're a little more acquainted now, can we maybe get that name?
Oh, right. Of course. Sorry. Jaden.
Jaden.
Jaden, like Jayden. Frosty.
Let me save it right there. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, like I said, this is Fran, and Manny over here is the big guy, and Addie is the one you met earlier in the alley.
I see.
And who are you?
Kyle.
Rich,
Fran.
And
rich
I'm Kyle.
names.
Yep.
Rich,
Mm.
love it.
All right, so once we get inside the house, all right, what do you want from me, or what do you need from me, or I don't know really how this works, but
Sort of looking around, scanning the area. This area is a little bit small, but I guess it'll do. All right, everyone but me and her, spread out. Get against the walls. I need as much space as possible. This will do.
I'm gonna back up against the wall next to Kaz. Do you know what he's doing?
Not really.
I'm gonna burst
then
into
once-
flames. I know it.
And then once everybody does, he sort of takes this, just like a drawing utensil out of his pack. He starts to draw a circle almost around the entire place. Okay. All right. Fran, was it?
Yeah, Fran.
Okay.
This-
About
This ritual doesn't like conjure recently dead spirits or anything like that.
Yeah, good point. Oh my god. Shit.
no, but it does allow me to detect any ghosts or apparitions within the vicinity.
Fuck my ass.
Is that going to be a
You know what?
problem?
We might want to find a different
Different
spot.
house.
I've already drawn the circle. I can't. I mean, it's now or never, really.
I mean, she went up in
There's
flames. I
Probably
think
hope
that
for the best.
she went up.
I was
She-
just curious. There's no
There's
reason
no
to be
reason.
concerned.
Kaz, she
Really?
went up in flames.
Oh.
We'll be. I'm actually gonna say that out loud. Kaz, she went up in flames. It'll be fine.
Sure.
All right. Well then, Fran, get about a little bit off of the center right here, and sit on your knees,
I will do as he says.
and I'll sit right across from her so that we're a little bit each off from the center. Is your hood up?
I actually don't have a cloak, so no.
Oh, okay. All right. And now he takes off his hood, and you see very unkempt, messy, dirty blonde hair, and very bright green eyes. And he says, "All right, just close your eyes and follow. Just follow my lead."
Okay. I'll hesitate a little bit, but I'll continue to follow his lead.
Once I do so, I gently place my hand on the back of her forehead, and I pull her head close so that our foreheads are touching. And I'll use my spirit sense.
Good luck, bruh. Good luck. And I'm real curious if this shit's gonna like hop.
You can expend the use of your.
Does it
summon
hop?
avatar class.
I gotta read this.
And before it's not a spirit.
I can detect other things too.
Entities, basically.
So. Yeah,
Oh wait.
the odor is so foul
Okay.
that you actually. You start gagging unintentionally. Like just dry, like just dry heaving, because the odor is so intense around her aura that it is physically nauseating.
I keep it together, steel myself, and just keep on peering.
So
I also get
Oh, so
emotional
would have
insight
been-
into the areas surrounding. So, how is
Fresh.
everybody like emotionally feeling?
Freshly baked bread, if it's good.
how is everybody emotionally feeling?
Wraith. No, this is a fucking
What'd
What'd you
revenant.
say?
33% anticipation that I'm about to chop this guy's head off. 33% confusion on what's going on. And the rest third is optimism that I haven't felt in a very long time.
He sort of slightly shudders once he feels that I'm gonna chop this guy's head off, but he keeps it together.
Morn just like grinding the axe in his fingers next to you, like just
Try it.
Kaz.
Yeah, I'm probably half cautious optimism and half a little nervous that Alyssa's gonna come back.
Maybe
And-
like
and you-
2%
You do get that
enamored
sense
with the
that
spirit.
you don't get a name, Jaden, but you get like a oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Mhm.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
you do like a quick glance up and you just see Kaz's eyes darting to like the floor, like watching the sand.
Would he sense Mimir in this space, or does it have to be like close?
Got like a little
I'm loving the fucking picture there.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what
badass.
that's from? Black Clover.
What is that from? Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's sick.
Yeah, yeah. I know
Yes.
exactly. That's one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah.
He's
You know how-
chaotic
What do I
as
get?
fuck.
the
What do I get from the
Sick,
bow?
sick.
So okay, well, before we get to that, Andre, what are you feeling? And then Freya, you as well,
Well,
because he gets a sense of your emotional energy.
I was curious if he would sense
I'd
Mimir.
say there. Ooh,
Would he?
there's definitely underneath anything surface level. There's a great worry and anxiety that you might pick up on. She's not exactly trying to hide it from anyone, but it's always there. She just tries to show that it doesn't affect her, but it does. And on top of that is the, sort of certain level of distrust of this new person, but seeing that he's trying to help Freya,
At least we think.
she's, going along with it until it turns bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Same as Morn, kind of, but with a little bit less of like murder and just like protective intent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure Morin's got like protective intent in there as well, but like his sounded more like, I'm gonna fucking cut his head off.
Mm-hmm.
That's not there, but yeah. But underneath that, there's just this. You don't know what it's about, but worry plagues her.
Freya.
Finally, Freya.
So, from Freya, from the bow or from Freya? Or both? Do you just want me to...
For just Freya.
For just Freya, okay. So...
This is your emotional state
Okay.
right now.
So, from Freya... There would be... It'd probably be a mixture. Probably half would be... what would be a good word to describe it? Half of it would be... feeling isolated and confused. And the other half would be, or maybe a third of that would be like intrigue, and the other remaining quarter would probably be like cautious, weary feeling.
Okay. So, Jaden, as you were saying, as the smell just like takes you over, like if you were able to see the smell, like it would literally look like your hair was being blown back at like 90 miles an hour. Like the smell is just rushing by you, and it is thick, and it is musky, and it is nauseating to an extreme. And as you look Freya over, you notice the smell doesn't emanate from her. And as you kind of like rotate around the body, like feeling around and kind of, just keeping a distance to a certain degree so you don't like get your head lopped off, you're checking everything. items, shoes, cloak, shirt. And as you get to the bow, your hand comes within 10 feet of the bow. Like, not 10 feet, but like 5 feet of the bow. Like, you kind of like just get really close. And it just... Not only can you almost feel the fumes, you almost can see them, how thick they are, emanating from the bow strapped to her back.
Okay.
Damn, somebody farted. And it's
Real
stank.
bad. Real bad.
After he's done looking, he'll gently pull his forehead away and take his hand off the back of Freya's head. He'll very gently say, thank you. And if you open your eyes, you see he's got a very warming, genuine smile on his face. Very calming.
Before you do that, within the 60 feet, there's slightly one coming from Morn as well.
Ooh.
From him or like from like something on him?
You're not sure.
Oh.
Okay.
As you rotate around, the presence is actually, it's so masked by Freya you don't initially notice it until you kind of rotate around Freya checking out the bow, and you come closer to Morn and you realize there's something else behind you.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, and then he'll end it and say what he said.
Okay.
I'll still kind of look a little bit confused. Not like negative at all, but kind of look at him confused, like, you're welcome. Did you find anything?
And as he gets up and he says, yes, unfortunately I did. Although, I guess you can rejoice because at least there's a silver lining. It's not you. But there is a very, very strong malevolent presence coming from that bow on your back.
Oh. Ixnay on the obey.
Oh, shit. A malevolent presence from the bow? What does that even mean?
You see, my ability allows me to temporarily see into the ethereal plane, where all ghosts and all apparitions lie. However, some spirits, due to intense emotional energy and the like Ozzy here, can linger on the material plane if
Ozzy
they are
where? I
strong.
don't see him.
He's always here, but I can only make him physically manifest a few times per day.
Can
But
he hear
like
us?
Yes, of course.
Unfucking
Noted.
fortunately.
Noted.
But
Kaz
yes.
is like infatuated with Ozzy. This is awesome.
I just want to make sure I can talk to my best friend if I don't see him.
But yes, an incredibly strong spirit can traverse the ethereal plane and choose to remain on the material plane if it so wishes. And like I said, spirits need vessels, so they can choose bodies, and they can, as he gestures towards Freya, they can choose items.
So it's a good thing though, right?
Well, considering I detected a malevolent presence and not a good one, I wouldn't say so.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense though. So it's
Why not?
given to me as a gift, it was a good thing. It doesn't. What you're saying wouldn't make any sense.
How do we destroy it?
I'm gonna be like, shit.
You know,
Hold on,
Freya, I don't know that I know where the bow came from.
She hasn't told anybody. Nobody's asked.
Who
Now-
was it a gift from?
Before we get on to any destroying, I must need mention that that's not entirely necessary. You can keep it if you want. However, we will need to exorcise the spirit from it.
Fuck yeah.
Can't we just chop it in half?
I'm gonna
Well-
I'm gonna be very, like, protective suddenly. And a little bit frantic, and I'm gonna grab the bow and, like, hug it in front of me.
And
Why
seeing,
do you-
noticing that, he sort of nervously chuckles. Well, that could work, but depending on how strong the spirit is, they can almost turn the item of choice into a magic item. And as you know, magic items are typically indestructible unless we turn to divine measures, which I don't think anybody has access to. So I don't think destroying it is in question.
Well, not a lot of clout, I suppose. But I got a hookup.
That's all. I mean, then that's certainly an option, but seeing as how it means so much to her, I would recommend an exorcism.
Yeah, that's
It's not
perfect.
gonna-
That way you get
It's
to
not gonna
keep
ruin it. It's not gonna ruin it, though.
No, it's gonna make
No.
it even better.
It'll just
Well, I
we'll,
don't.
we'll force the malevolent spirit out of it, and it'll be as it once was.
Ginge, I mean, might need a little direction.
Mhm.
Or this is good. Like, am I gonna... Hold on.
Well, Jaden, I don't know how much help it'll be because, well, I don't really know much about this whole thing, but I think I have some sort of connection with the goddess of my people, and maybe I can help in
Okay.
some way. I don't know. You're the expert, I guess.
Like I said, if she wants to keep it, I would recommend an exorcism.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's something I can do.
I know someone who can perform it. I'm not well equipped enough to do it right now. I should be receiving a letter from them soon regarding what they're up to. We just have to wait for that, and I'll tell them what I've discovered.
Surely, Elune is busy. I'm sure she's got a lot to do.
I suppose.
As you guys are having this conversation, you hear, and like all through the city, you hear like these horns.
Hey, Jaden, what are those?
What I know?
How long have you been in the city? Roughly?
Probably about a few weeks.
Oh, we've heard these before. This is the call to the arena, right?
Oh yeah, because we would have heard this before. We would have known the Colosseum noises.
Fainter because we're so
Sounds-
far
Oh.
away now.
So looking for a way, at this point, looking for a way to misdirect the conversation away from trying to destroy the bow. Freya's gonna be like, "Oh, we need to go. Morn, your fights. We need to get back to the Colosseum."
I'm not fighting.
Really? Are you sure?
I don't want to risk them knowing who we are.
Okay.
I don't think
Find
they're
a way.
aware of you just yet. As I was pulling them away from your trail, as you were escaping from the tavern, I managed to gather some intel. Apparently, they weren't able to mark a single identity out of your group,
Well, that's good news.
so they know
I was
you're
worried.
here, but they don't know who you are.
We could still be recognized, though, right?
They know we're here, or just here.
In this city,
Right. Okay. Just-
Well, then maybe
Thanks
the
for the
arena's the
clarification.
safest place to be, because we wouldn't be so stupid as to go stand in front of literally everyone now.
Right. And maybe if we don't travel in a group, and we do like last time, and I'll go back with you, like you're a slave, maybe we won't even be noticed at all.
Hide in plain sight.
Yeah. But it's up to you if you don't want to do it. We don't have to do it.
Can we talk without you listening in? I'm gonna look towards Jaden.
If you want to, I can leave the room.
Just for a moment.
Okay. And he'll walk out.
Well, what? They don't trust us? Like, we just helped them a bunch.
Yes, Ozzy, and that's why you're going to stay there. You're a spirit, they can't see you. Nor can they hear you unless they summon you.
Well, then, so
Ooh.
be it.
That is fuckery right there.
So it begins.
Yep.
That's what happens when you're partnered with a ghost.
Kaylin or
So as
Frosty
soon as-
has a way to
I
listen
mean,
to shit.
to be fair, would not every single one of us do the same exact
Oh,
thing?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Come
I've
on
learned
now.
a lot.
Yeah.
My next character's
I
gonna
mean,
have
let's be honest with
invisible
ourselves.
ears too. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Kaz has been the first one on that
without them
list.
knowing, you're absolutely gonna fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he steps out. The door closes behind him.
Do we trust him with why we're really here?
Well, he seems to have aided in luring the guards away from us and knows
That would-
that we're not wanted or knows that they don't know about us. He seems like he's trying to be helpful. I didn't
He
get
wants,
a...
he wants to remove the malevolent spirit. That means bad, right?
I think so. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. Lapland's used that a couple times.
I think that even someone who wouldn't help us would still want that. I don't know how much. I trust that he wants to help you, but I don't know how many people we should tell about that other person that's here.
About the other person? Out of
Well,
character, is Morn talking about Alyssa? Or...
No. Andre's daughter.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Back in character. Okay. Well, we don't have to say anything about that. We could just express that we want to be able to get, I don't know, first.
Do you think that this doing the fighting is still the best way? We have to be here for probably multiple days.
Well,
I-
there
I
are
think
other
if
ways,
We
but
risk a lot of people seeing us more so than even now.
there are other ways. I mean, we could definitely find other ways. It's maybe a better option than trying to break in, just because there's a lot of risk with that. I think
There's
there's
a lot of risk to everyone else seeing us too, right?
right? But I feel like no matter what we do, there's going to be some form of risk. And I think us being so public is probably the least expected than somebody trying to break in.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think that.
that makes sense.
I mean, this is a big city. We haven't really done that much other than a little bit of a bar fight.
Yeah.
Maybe, but they saw those spells get cast in the tavern, and if anyone in the arena, anyone recognizes us, they don't have to know who we are, but they could recognize us by seeing us.
So
We could be in a lot of trouble.
that was my fault. And I feel like everybody was probably looking at me because I was the one that was being so out of control. So if it makes you feel better, maybe you guys can go to the Coliseum and I can, I don't know, do intel or
We
something.
we were all there.
But maybe they'll be looking for Alyssa.
Maybe.
So, point of clarification. what happened at the inn, remember that you did have disguise self up,
Correct.
so you were partially, you looked different. 2, a lot of stuff that might have gotten saw was maybe just by you, and the only person that was in the inn at that time was the bartender and 1 patron.
Maybe we are okay then. But
Hey, never mind.
we should maybe fill in Jaden then on at least what we're trying to do. You don't have to tell him everything. But
We want to get inside. We're curious and we're cautious about the Baron. We don't have to tell him that we're looking for Henri's daughter. But what were you going to say, Kaz? You have a different idea?
This is kind of fucked up. Do we need to neutralize the bartender there?
Men in Black style?
Maybe.
the bartender seems to be able to. People seem to trust him. If he said that he recognizes us, they would probably be able to believe him.
Well, I can take care of the bartender if you guys want to head to the Coliseum. Because I think that we don't have much time.
Okay.
They've seen you, though, with the slave.
Yeah, I was gonna say another point would be you're technically the owner.
Oh,
so you
shit.
You
Yeah.
have to be there.
Okay.
Well,
We can
Also,
deal with
I
the
maybe
bartender after.
Andre and I can visit the bartender and
keep him
find
busy.
find out what he knows.
Indeed. I suppose we can both disguise ourselves.
Yeah.
But the disguise that I took, or that I was in when we were at the bar, was the same disguise that I was in when I was Morn's master. So I can't very well change
Yeah.
that
Well,
because I can't show up and look like somebody else.
As
So-
long as the bartender's not at the arena, we're okay.
True.
I think. I don't know. I'm down to fight, though.
I think you're our best shot. And there's going to be risks no matter what we do. So if you're still up for it, I think that we should probably go.
I'll just change real quick. I will.
Just
Put
tuck
on
it in.
I'll put on a certain item.
Yep. The clamp of
The
destiny.
clamp of destiny!
Wiggle in. Stuff it in.
The clamp!
So
That voice crack.
the clamp. So as you squeeze into your nice little outfit, and you begin to make your way out into the streets, you guys start to make your way towards the Coliseum. Is there anything else you would like to do in the meantime? Jaden, your friend, does make his way back to your shoulder and relays everything.
Well,
I think we were going to tell Jaden.
we were gonna tell him what we're doing. You know.
Yeah, we weren't just
We
going
were
to take
gonna
off without
exclude
talking to
the
him.
part about Andre's daughter.
Correct.
But we were going to mention we were going to fight in the arena, hoping to get an audience with the Baron or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you make your way back towards the Coliseum. You make your way to the registration gates. You have already have the papers and everything ready. They let you into your room. You are suited up. You are readied, and your match is drawn. A matter of 30 minutes goes by before one of the slaves makes his way to your room with your token, basically telling you what your fight will be, and armor and weapons and whatnot. The token is presented to you, and as you read it, it is told that you will be in whatever armor you choose, and the weapons will be pole arms. or actually, it wouldn't be. It's not pole arms. Basically like a stick, like clubs, basically.
Hmm.
No killing preferred.
Oh yeah.
So, the rest of you make your way into the stands. Who's going into the stands and who's doing what?
All right, Kaz, are you and I gonna go hit up the barkeep and see what's up?
Yeah, I think we should do that. And on the way, are there still?
Or at
A
least
lot of-
check to see if he's there.
Yeah, check to see if he's there, and then if he is, maybe ask him about what he saw or what he remembers. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Or we
And-
can kind of just be like, yo, I heard something kind of crazy went down here last night or something like that.
exactly. Just see what
But-
he saw.
Okay.
But just so you know, you're gonna have to do all the talking because my disguise is mute.
So another point of clarification, Andre, you touched on it. Freya, what are you disguising at? You got to tell me.
It's
else
this.
you're just
No, it's the same
walking
thing. It's the same
Okay.
thing as when I originally went there. So it's. I'm not altered much at all. I've rounded out my ears. I've made my eyes match. I've dulled down my elven-ish appearance to an extent to look more human, but I haven't really changed much.
Okay.
She's moved the elven human bar to the left.
Yeah, correct. I've
Just
swiped
in
the bar
case they-
more to the the human side.
Just two
in case
things.
people are watching who haven't seen previous episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My character will disguise herself as a like slightly shorter, like blonde, pale skin female, and but like her mouth appears to be like sewn shut. Just wearing kind of normal brown tone traveling clothes.
Okay. So,
But of course, hood up.
After the announcement a couple episodes ago, are there still like a lot of gnomes walking around sort of unimpeded?
Yeah.
Okay. As we're walking there, I want to find like the most common looking gnome. And actually, let me ask you. So, I can change appearance to any medium creature. If you play a gnome, I think a gnome is small, but they're 3 to 4 feet, whereas like a medium creature is 4 to 8 foot or whatever. Could I just be like a tall gnome, like the 4 foot mark? That's sort of stretching
I would say
the bounds.
no. Yeah, I would say no, just because you are significantly taller. You know what I mean? It would be really
Yeah.
difficult to shrink your body. So,
Okay. Then I want to. What do I want to do? I will. I guess. I want to change before we go, and I want to use the original form that I used when we very started the campaign, the woman in black that shows up on the starting soon page.
Yep.
I don't think anyone here would have seen her, so I will
Probably
change to
not.
that while we talk to the barkeep there, so
Okay.
that we appear as strangers.
okay.
Wow.
So you two walk
original.
into the bar. Jaden, what are you doing?
I would be following Kaz and Henri.
So as they are preparing for the match, you guys go straight to the keep while this is all happening. So the match hasn't started yet for Morn. You guys make your way in. The bar is actually very empty right now, minus the barkeep and 2 staff. It seems like everybody has gone to the arena.
Okay. I'll I'll
And
go.
there's a man on the piano in the corner just jamming out right now. So
Just like when the bar's empty, so you get to play whatever you want.
exactly,
Yeah.
some guy just in
Yeah.
the corner, just like,
Nice.
Put Journey on repeat.
yep.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Awful.
4 times.
4 times. I don't really know any other songs, so I'll just play it again.
He played
So
4 times before he's properly disposed of.
I think we'll just go sit at the bar, order 3 meads or whatever they got. I don't really care. It doesn't matter.
After all that.
Welcome to the Sperry Sprite. So that'll be 3 drinks for you. All right. So that'll be 4 copper a piece, please.
I'll put a silver down.
I appreciate the business very much. Thank you.
I will do the same.
Do you guys have any rooms for the night?
Actually, 2 rooms just opened up.
Oh, wow. That's good. Is it okay to stay here? I heard there were like crazy people here getting into trouble and stuff.
He leans over the table. You got no idea. It was wild. I just here cleaning my cups, and next thing I know, somebody fucking magic just did something, and just out of the corner of my eye, I caught it, and I'd never seen that before, so I did what I had to do. I sent the barkeep to grab security, the town's guard, and they chased him right out.
I was expecting
right
a
here
story.
in this room.
Right behind you.
Man, I've never seen anything like that.
Never in my life. Never in my life. It scared the shit out of me. I
Were
didn't
they,
know what to
were
do.
they
Or
locals
grandkids.
or-
No, I'd never seen it before in my life. They paid for their
Oh.
room for the night, and then they came in here and started a fight and took off.
Man, those aren't the rooms that are open, are they?
Yeah, unfortunately. They paid up front though, so
Man, how do you know that the rooms aren't like cursed or something? Is that how it works? I don't really know, man. I don't know how it happens.
I don't either. I don't either. But I went and checked the rooms already. I promise you, they've already been cleaned out. There was a couple of belongings left. We cleaned them out as well. Sold them off. We sent them with the town guard just in case. Just in case. You never know. So.
Yeah, you never do.
Uh-oh. What the fuck did we leave behind? Out of character.
Ginge, you need to take control of Rogue. Is that a control in chat?
Nah,
What?
that's my boy. That's my boy.
Well, if we, I don't know where else we could stay. I mean, this place seems nice, but if we take those rooms, what if they come back tonight?
They won't. We have the town's guard keeping a close eye around the block, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
safe. It's safe.
So they know what they're looking for. Like, you got a good look at them. You would know if they came back in here.
Just the one. The rest of the group is a little hazy, but the one female, she had that black thing going. She got a pretty good glimpse of her, and then there was a big tall fella, and I'm trying to remember his face, but he had a beard, just big tall guy.
Lauren, you're gonna have to shave.
Wow.
But the town's
man.
guard, they've got their mechanized one with them. I'd like to see him outrun that.
And they were all magic?
I don't know, maybe. It was crazy. I mean, the 6 warned of this. They said that there'd be people like this. This is why you gotta trust in the government. They know what they're doing. They're keeping everything in line. And hopefully with this new one in power, he does what he says he's gotta do.
If there's one thing I've learned in my time, it's that you don't get to high levels of government without being super competent. So
I agree.
Here, here.
Hey, I'll agree
Kaz
that.
with the
He pours
backhanded comments.
he pours a little bit into a cup.
Thank God. Thank God they're here to protect.
Somebody's gotta watch out for us little guys, you know.
know.
No put on me. No put on me.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. That was good. Okay. Well, here I'll. How much is the room for a couple nights?
Hey, you seem really nice. So we'll do 5 silver for the night.
Okay, that's for both of them.
5 silver apiece, please.
Okay, I'll 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 pay for 2 nights of both of the rooms up front,
Ha! I
and
appreciate that.
and I'll sort of lean close. And, can I ask you a question? But it's sort of embarrassing.
I understand. I am married though.
No,
Just saying.
no. Not that I'm sure your wife is very lucky, but I have a I have a nighttime visitor that I'd like to kind of set up an appointment for, but I don't want anyone to see them come in through the front door, if you know what I mean. Do any of these rooms have like a balcony or some way that they could come in that way?
Well, I mean, the back 2 rooms that are occupied right now have balconies. But
Hmm.
the customers, they'll be in there tonight.
If I'm real embarrassed, but like I I really want to meet. I really got to meet with my visitor here. If I gave you maybe a piece of gold for each of those rooms that you
And
could
his
give to
eyes
them,
light up.
do you think they'd be open to switching rooms with us?
He puts his finger on the gold coin and kind of starts to slowly slide it towards him. Make a persuasion check.
Shit, I think my mouse battery just died. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Okay. Make it 2 gold, and I'll move him.
Done.
Takes the
Now-
2 gold, slides him into a pocket, and move room A and B up the hall. Let them know when they get back. We're extremely sorry. Leave a case of beer in their room. It's fine.
Now,
They take
at-
off.
at night when we're there at night, obviously I'm gonna try to have this person come up through the balcony.
Just
we'll
have them
be
go
in-
on the back side of the building. There's a ladder there that'll take them up onto the 2nd floor. That'll have
Perfect.
access to both balconies.
Perfect. We'll be as quiet as we can. If you hear a little bit of noise, it's probably just us. I really appreciate you understanding.
No, I appreciate it. I thank you for the business. And he doesn't say anything. He just taps his pocket.
Perfect. I'll finish my drink and ask the other 2 if they're ready to head out. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Let's go see if we can catch any of the fights still.
Hey, Jaden, I really like this one.
Rudimentary knowledge of curses, but seems to be a fun individual.
I got my style. So, as you guys make your way back out of the bar, people are still gathering. There's a line kind of like a ways back, people getting into the arena still. The fights have not started. So,
As
you
we're
guys...
walking,
Oh, go ahead.
I want to say, it was Kyle, right?
I'll just won't respond.
Was that your name?
I can't whistle in real life, but like I'll just whistle as I walk down the street.
I'll tap him on the shoulder.
Oh, what's up?
It was Kyle, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't want to mention this. Well, the big one and Fran were around, but
I'll just laugh as he says Fred, totally forgetting that I told him.
the big one, I think it was Manny.
Yes, it was. Yep.
I wasn't able to tell anything more, but I also sensed something from him.
Oh, really?
I couldn't tell if it was coming from him or something on him, but I definitely felt another malevolent presence.
Interesting. Not like the same one, but a
Different.
separate, distinct one.
No. The smell of this one was a little bit different.
Mm.
More condensed and smaller, but more potent. But it was masked well, which was really weird for you.
It was almost like it was concentrated into like a single point, but it was also almost obscuring itself on the ethereal plane somehow.
The person that you said could maybe help, they could help Manny also?
Yes, of
You
course.
think?
I just have to wait for them to contact me back. The letter should be arriving within a day or so.
Well, hey, we just got 2 nights here.
That's good.
Well, thanks for telling me. That's helpful.
Of
You know,
course.
we could use a break, you know? I've had a string of bad luck, I guess.
Well, when malevolent spirits are concerned,
Frosty.
eventually.
Frosty. Sorry, I had a cough.
What's up?
What?
You said my name?
Nope. Yeah, I did. It's all good. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to malevolent spirits, eventually you don't get to choose when you take your break.
I think he meant Frosty's the malevolent spirit, or has been lately.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we've been having some of these problems.
The more time it goes unresolved, the more control they get.
Freya's has been unresolved for a long time. Fran's has been unresolved for a long time.
I see. Yes. Well, we better hurry in that case.
Freya's a middle name. It's like she sometimes goes by it.
Cass is such a bad liar.
Freya, I see.
Make a
That's-
deception check.
I was gonna say Cass is so good at like stories and shit, but then like forgets. I was like, oh, I mean like
Oh
no.
yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Jaden, you just like okay.
Her
Yeah,
name is
makes sense.
Fran.
It's
but
like
people that
this,
are real close to her call her Freya. It's
It's like the second the first crack shows, all the cracks do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you guys make your way, as you're talking, you make your way. Peter Pan, let's go.
Oh, man.
1990. I know, right?
Hell
right
yeah.
here. Ah.
Yes.
Anyways, as you make your way into the arena, you get your tickets, you make your way to your seats, and you sit down. The first things you notice, Kaz and Henri, as you sit down and you look towards the box, as you're looking for Gregarian, you know, just kind of looking to see what the Baron's up to. Sitting next to him, on his right-hand side, are 2 individuals that you are very familiar with. Sitting very regally and upright, bent in, talking slowly to Gregarian, is Lucian Greymane. And to the right of him sits his wife. And they are having a conversation.
Oh no. Lucian is
fuck.
the one
Oh,
from
fuck.
Stein, right?
Oh fuck. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Where we, broke in right before
Um,
we had to go to hell for 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude that fucking shredded me into mincemeat in
Yeah.
like one turn
and
almost killed
do we
me.
know where Freya is, or if she would be able to see him?
Yeah, we're down in that box right now, getting ready to fight. Oh, we're fucked.
When I see that, can I go down into the box that they're in?
Try.
Yeah, I'd want to do that.
Okay. You go down, and you are met by two armed guards stationed in front of the area.
I was hoping to give a last minute pep talk to my fighter.
Do you have your badge?
Fuck.
Do I have a badge? I don't think I do. only Freya got one.
Slave owner and slave.
Well, no.
I mean,
My-
Alyssa had one, but you guys didn't take it off of her.
my partner's in there. She has one, but we went in together on purchasing this slave.
No admittance. And he kind of like gives you like it's a shove, but it's a gentle shove back. Basically like a take a step back.
Okay. I'll just wait in the hallway.
We would appreciate that. And they kind of just sit there and they cross the spears and they just stand and look at you. Like they're just paying attention to you.
I'm really tempted to try to seduce one of these guards, but I just don't.
Please.
I don't think I want to go through with it.
Do it up, baby. You doing it?
I'll just wait. I mean, I think this is
Oh,
where
no.
Freya will come out.
It's,
So I'll just wait for Freya to come out of
So,
through the tunnel.
as you are down there waiting, and everybody's upstairs watching the fight,
Over.
I'm getting back to that same position
this is
as before,
so
like
bad.
where I can kind of get close to observe him.
Freya and Morn, you are gathered by the guards, and you are led towards the portico, leading out into the fighting arena.
Taking Morn's great axe and
I
leaving it in
don't
the
look
room.
like Morn.
What?
You don't look like Morn?
I look exactly like Morn. We're fucked.
So,
So I get a club, right?
yeah, it's like a
And then-
great, it's like a big club, like a giant club.
Oh, it's like a two-handed club.
Grown men beating each other with sticks.
Probably do the same thing. Like put the bag with put his stuff in my pack, leave his great axe, and that with in his little room, just like last time.
I'm
So-
gonna win this time.
I don't doubt you will. I think you would have had it last time if you hadn't been completely sapped of all of your strength.
Here you go. Put on your marker. And he hands you like a mask with a palm up the back. It's a big red palmed mask helmet type deal.
Sure.
Plumed?
We're saved.
You mean plumed?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
put on
yeah.
the
Plume,
others.
thank you.
Yeah, with
I
like
couldn't think
plume
what it's
thing on it.
called. Okay. And so, like, even then, you're still wearing barely any armor as the portico opens up and you walk out. The other individual that walks out is heavily, like giant, like, plated armor. With this, just, like, plated armor and then, like, this big, great club.
And he's
yeah,
wearing.
I just have a helmet and a clamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And everybody's just like, and you see the hand go up from Gregarian, and he's like kind of talking, so he like half-assed it, and he just kind of like and like waves, and you guys are able to go into attack. Roll initiative.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck him up.
Did Freya come out of the thing or no?
Okay, well,
She's sitting at the portal.
we're getting the bad rolls out early. Initiative
Oh.
doesn't matter. Useless.
Like I still behind the guards.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the individual runs at you and screams the most unmanly scream you've heard. And for a second, you're kind of like, what the fuck? And all you hear is, ah! And you're kind of like, what?
What the heck?
Oh man, this poor man is about to lose so hard.
He swings for a 12.
That misses.
Okay? So he swings overhead with this this club, and you're kind of like, and you catch it in front of your face, kind of like, did you actually swing at me?
Yeah, my facial expression goes from this fierce, ready to fight, to just kind of almost like sympathetic. Like, I mean, but to beat this guy. Yeah. What do you want me to? What weapon am I using? It's not a real
A great
official
club.
weapon.
Just roll for.
There-
I think there's a club.
There's a great club in the.
There you go.
in the
Just
great
use
ambush.
just use great club.
Okay.
That
I'm gonna make
works.
sure that I'm efficient in pretty much every melee weapon. So I'm gonna just roll with this. I'm assuming it's the same mod, +8 to hit. And I will rage reckless attack.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
How do I refresh my thing? I can't see.
okay, so 21 to hit.
Yeah, yeah, that hits.
Okay, and so the damage is going to be D8 damage, 3 plus strength, so 7 plus rage, so 9 bludgeoning on the first one.
So you come to as you catch the mace in the air, or the club in the air. You kind of like, okay, and you like bite the inside of your lip, and you're like, and you come down on top of on the helm, and you just watch him like, and like shrug into his armor for a split second.
I'll swing again. Okay, 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then that's 5 plus 4. Because that didn't roll right, so I'm going to roll a d8 here. Okay, another 3. So another 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so as you crack down on top of the helmet, you take it back, and you actually almost don't even hit him with the club. You kind of wind up sideways and punch him dead center of the chest, and you watch as part of the armor, just from your fist and part of the club, indents. And you kind of are like, you hold him there, and you kind of like shove him back a little bit, and you just hear a lot of wheezing right now. 19 to hit.
It does hit. He also has advantage because I recklessed.
Oh yeah.
So you can roll for a crit if you want.
No. 19 and 11.
19 hits.
Yeah. 6 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Blunt or bludgeoning.
Okay.
I mean, it's a mace, so.
Yeah.
And he's gonna swing again.
Sure.
Natural 20.
That hits.
That is 8 points of damage. So he takes the step back now, and you can hear him like as like the part of like the chest is caved in from where you punched him, and he just like smacks you like on the side of your calf, and you're kind of like, ow, and he comes back around when he hits you with the club, and like smacks you across the inside of your chin.
Okay.
Little blood inside of the mouth.
I think it's assumed that I'm just rolling. I'm doing damage non-lethally as well when I'm doing these attacks.
Maybe.
So that's that's what I am doing. But,
Okay.
so. Okay. 22 to hit.
Yeah.
So that is. I'm gonna re-roll that. Okay. 9 bludgeoning damage on the first one.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, I'm not swinging. I'm just kind of, hitting.
No, I
him.
know. I know.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going along the side. Like imagine I'm playing a bass drum. Just
Yeah. So on accident, you're like, you're actually like getting into it and you're starting to get like your battle rhythm. And as he's like, he takes the 2 hits against you, you're like, okay, yeah, you're manning up. Let's do this. And you just wind up and full like baseball swing and you're like, and the whole helm just goes, and he falls over. And you're kind of like, oh,
oh shit.
oh.
Well, you
And
can
he
do
just-
damage non-lethally.
Yeah, you're not dead. You
Oh,
just
oh,
you clean knocked him out inside of his helm.
okay.
Yeah, he's out.
Well, I'm gonna like turn toward the crowd and just like kind of do a roar with my club. Like I'll kind of raise it up in the air like that.
Yep, and you just the whole crowd just you hear like you hear like a mixture between like
Pretty
roaring and like
one-sided.
and clapping to like laughing. Like you assume this
Huh.
person's probably been entered in here a bunch of times and probably not done so hot.
I'm gonna start laughing as I do that too. It's less ferocious and more just this was a joke. That's
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he's
Can I
being
roll
dragged. He's
performance?
being
I have
dragged off.
advantage.
Do it up.
Yes. Oh, that wasn't very good.
Okay. Morn stands up and you guys watch as he gets like a victory dance. He's like, ah, and like starts like pumping, and everybody's like, no, no, and he's just like, yes.
That's not what happened.
Oh, you know what? You know what? It worked for me.
I'd probably be cheering because I'm watching from the portico, so I can watch the fight.
Yeah,
I'd
I went
probably,
over-
I'd
It
probably be
wasn't even
cheering.
ferocious,
And...
It was more just I was just kind of like this and laugh while I did it. It wasn't.
You do notice though, as you look up towards Gregarian, as you're like turning in a circle, like cheering, you notice Lucy and his wife sitting there, and they're like,
I'm gonna make sure to be. Do I recognize him?
oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure to just be kind of looking the other direction then and keeping my helmet very much protecting who I am.
Yep.
That would be very.
But the real question is, Ginge, can I see him from where I am? Oh, okay. Oh, phew, all right.
So it's a Coliseum, and then the Coliseum is on this side. The portico is on this side. You are at too much of an angle where you don't see it from the portico unless you would like to be up at the portico looking through like so. It would be the only way. So unless you're
Okay.
actively trying to see who's up there, then you can roll perception.
No, I'd be looking at Morn and cheering.
As soon as I can run toward Freya, I'm gonna do so.
Yep, the portico opens up, and
I'm
you're able
gonna-
to walk towards.
Overly celebrate and make sure Freya doesn't have any interest.
Aw.
Like
Aw.
just blocking the sight.
Yeah, I'll be hopping up and down like, yeah, all right, good job.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Going in the back.
And as you're saying that, the other guy's just like being dragged, and you just like his head's just like down. You see like a little trickle of blood coming like from underneath the mat, like from
Oh.
underneath the helmet, and the like his armor, full plate armor, is like dented, like it's hardcore dented one side, and the helmet is like fully caved in. And you're watching him like trying to pull the helmet off of his head as they're like dragging him out.
Way to go. Cake.
Easy.
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 So
And I'm
As
in
you
my way
are-
back to the.
as you are led back through, you're led through into your chambers to grab your equipment, armor, weapons, and so forth. As the fights continue, for the rest of those that are up in the crowd, you do watch the rest of the fights do continue. You watch the next fight is a half orc and a elven female. One of them has a spear and the other one has like a trident net. So that match is beginning to start as you guys are under there getting your equipment.
Okay.
And then on the way out, Morn, you are handed a token because of how quickly you finished the fight and how well the fight went. You are handed 2 gold for the fight, and then you are handed alpha, beta, gamma, epsilon. You are moved up into the epsilon fighting class because I think you were in Zeta. Can't remember where I placed you before. You were in the losers bracket, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that next fight tomorrow, or is that another fight today?
Is tomorrow.
Okay.
But after this, you can have 2 fights a day.
Oh.
Once you move up, once you're in the Gamma class, you can start having 2 fights a day, or you can take or give challenges to people within that class or one class above you. And you can see a roster now. You're technically considered a fighter. Like before, you were kind of seen as like a recruit, like somebody that like you're in the arena, but they're not really taking you seriously. You're more there for like entertainment. Whereas the people that are fighting in the alpha, beta, gamma, you're in epsilon. So actually, you can see the roster for epsilon, but you cannot fight up yet. So you cannot fight into gamma yet. When you are in gamma, you guys will be able to challenge above you if you want to.
Got it.
And at that point, you actually can take tokens. Basically, it's like a rank, like ranks. So basically, if you fight somebody in the Gamma class, you take that badge, and you are now in Gamma class, and that person takes your class token and moves down to that level.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So right now, you guys are in Epsilon. Your next fight starts tomorrow. I think the 1 o'clock.
In all the fights that we've seen throughout the days we've been here, has anyone used magic outside of what Alyssa did to kind of create a fire effect?
0.
That's what I thought.
I mean, you guys would know, being in this world for as long as you've been in it, magic is still very taboo.
Yeah, I assumed so. Just wanted to make sure.
Usually it is meant for, obviously people practicing when they're not supposed to, and or like maybe like a baron or a high up person has, say, a slave that uses magic as kind of their guard. There's been instances of that, but you haven't seen it, so. But as you gather your things, you are led out of the arena or towards the outside of the arena, and you do notice Kaz pacing back and forth in front of the 2 guards.
Yeah, I immediately know what he's doing, and I'll kind of look at Kaz and just be like, we should get back to the inn.
I'm gonna be super chipper and like big grin on my face and be like, "Kaz, did you see a fight? Did you see a fight? You're totally cleaned up."
Need some drinks to celebrate.
Yes, we should do that. You can't actually go to the inn.
Oh, right.
So when the barkeep said a woman in black, I, in character, would know if he was probably talking about Freya or Alyssa.
Most likely Freya.
Okay. So you can't go to the inn. You probably can't go to the inn either.
Okay. Where should we
Could
go?
find a different inn.
However, we can go there later. Once it gets dark, I got us a couple rooms, and I got a way to get you guys in. Jaden and Andre and myself can check in at night. You guys can climb the balcony into the room. I've already made arrangements with the barkeep. We just can't go there through the front door now.
Well, we could find some
watch-
drinks elsewhere in the city.
Freya was literally, I was gonna suggest, well, we could stay and watch some of the fights to kill some time.
We should go and get some drinks somewhere else.
I'm kind of fight it out, honestly.
Really? I mean, it was over so quick. Be curious. Wouldn't it be a good thing to like
It wouldn't-
see what the
it wouldn't be
competition
as-
looks like?
It wouldn't be as interesting as my fight now. But
You
No,
know,
but like
the
it would be
other
good to see the
fights, yeah.
competition, like to see what you're up against.
well, it is a good point. But
Yeah, that,
I really
that
want
probably
to.
will just psych you out for tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't really want to watch other people fight.
Okay. I guess we go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we should head out of here before the other fights end. Beat the crowd, you know.
Is Henri still watching the fights?
Is Henri still watching the fights?
One moment.
Because Jaden, you would have been sitting up there with her still. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I knew Kaz came down, but I wasn't sure if they were with us.
I would have started heading down once Morn's fight ended.
Should we go get them?
As he turns to leave, I'll like be like, one second. And I'll like get close to his ear and be like, "Can you cast spells?"
What exactly do you need?
Can you make me invisible?
No, but I have a little invisible friend who could go spy on whoever you want, which is, I presume, what you want.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was hoping I could do it myself, but that'll work too, I guess.
Lead me in the direction.
So are we above the box? Because I wanted to go to the same place I was sitting before.
Yep,
Above the box.
you'd have to kind of go like around the arena to get to it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want to go there. And once we get there,
Were you? Yeah, you were there. Never mind.
what?
Nothing.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah. So you're
Okay,
making
well,
your way around the arena?
Yeah.
Okay. So how close are you getting? Are you just pointing it out and then kind of backing off, or are you kind of going to the same spot that you were kind of in the last time? Without actually jumping down onto that second floor.
I'll be a little further up from there,
Okay.
and like sitting more to the one side, closest to Lucian.
Okay.
But like the side closest to him. So like whatever side of the box he's on, I'll be there, but like up above it, fairway. And I'll point out the box. Can
As you point at the box and instruct Jaden where to go, you watch as Lucian kind of tilts his head and then starts to look up into the crowd in your general direction and starts looking around.
how far away can you be? How far away can your friend go?
Thanks to our pact, he has to be within a little over 100 feet of me. He can't move that farther away from that.
Can you have him go?
Roll a perception check, Henri.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
You're not really sure if you're not really sure how, but he seems to all of a sudden, I don't know, like, you're not sure if he's looking for you or something along those lines. He just seems all of a sudden very aware of something in your area.
Maybe not. I'm starting to get a little worried, actually. Maybe we should go. Never mind. And I'll just go back and
I'll start to walk down a little bit after her. As I'm passing by where they are, I'll say in my mind, Ozzy, you heard the lady. Get as close as you can and see if you can't pick out a sentence or two of what they're saying.
Yeah, okay.
I'll still be walking, but I'll kind of slow my pace so he can still stay within range for a few seconds.
Okay. Second 2 goes by, and right before you get out of range, he bamfs back to you. Oh. They're talking about some kind of experiment. He asked if he got his new shipment, if the blood was working correctly.
The noble or the or Gregarian?
Black one. I don't know. The one with the long hair and the really weird flared nostrils, like he was smelling everything.
I see. Thanks again, old friend.
I guess. Welcome.
And I'll start walking after Henri, catching up to her pace. I managed to get a smidgen of information as I was walking by.
What'd you hear?
Something about a shipment. Asking if some new batch of blood has arrived.
At this, like, it's impossible to hide the shock and, like, obvious anxiety that now plays across her face. And she'll just kind of go, let's go back to the inn. I can't be here any longer.
Very well.
And I'm like doing my best to look casual, but I'm like almost running, walking.
The mall walk.
Yes.
Ozzy, based on what they said in that hovel, they clearly want to get into the castle for some reason. My guess is they're looking for a previous shipment that was brought in.
Possibly. Sounds about right.
This group is getting more and more interesting, don't you think?
Oh, I'm excited. This guy's fucking crazy.
I love it.
So,
Chaotic Frosty!
can I
There's
get a
an
little,
alignment for every character.
can I get a little reprieve tonight when they go in their bedroom? Little sneak peek? Or are you gonna reel me in?
Well, as long as we're sleeping in the same room, you should be able to go do what you want.
Enough.
Oh no.
So, are you guys doing anything in general, or should I fast forward?
Well, yeah, I mean, Morning Kaz would be leading Freya away from the Colosseum.
Okay.
At some point, Mort would want to stop and buy drinks and let Kaz pay for it.
You
I
do
would probably-
notice there's no really other place to drink. Well, yeah, there is, but you have to venture a little bit. There's a couple of like really like divey dump bars that you're like, oh, okay, meh.
Real
Yeah,
hole in the wall place.
That's
Yeah.
where we're headed.
Okay.
And once we're inside, I'd probably ask Kaz, like, think it's still smart to fight.
In the arena?
Yeah.
I do.
I was lucky enough to have a helmet this time.
I don't think you really needed the helmet, man.
I meant there's someone there
Oh, to be spotted.
who would recognize me for sure.
Are you talking in front of me?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, who? There's somebody here that recognizes you?
Just the people,
Yeah.
citizens of the town.
It's someone that we've met in the past. I don't remember his name though.
You're probably fine, especially because you were wearing a helmet.
But what if I'm not wearing a helmet?
I don't know. Where did we meet them? Was it here
So-
or somewhere else?
So I've been thinking maybe we shave the beard. And
I've shaved my beard before. They might
You
have
have
seen without the beard.
sure, but when you were fighting here last, you had a beard. The barkeep also recognized you as being a tall man with a beard. So, I didn't get the sense that he got a great look at you. If we could just change a few little things about your appearance.
So you think that other guy in the crowd wouldn't recognize me if I shaved my beard?
Yeah, maybe we shave your beard. You go into fight tomorrow. We get some war paint. Maybe get you a mohawk or something.
Get you a mohawk.
Given the Thor Ragnarok treatment.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Mohawk,
Right, nice.
mohawk would. That's when your hair goes like this, right? I think that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, we could do that. If you are in a fight tomorrow where you don't wear armor, maybe we get you different clothes, right?
Only the chief of the tribe was allowed to do that.
You're the chief of our tribe, so you can
There's
wear
no
war
more
paint if you want.
No, I meant have my hair up.
Oh.
It does look intimidating.
Yeah, I think we maybe spend some time this afternoon working on your appearance just to make you look a little bit different enough.
This person who would recognize you, was this from somebody, like, from long ago?
Yeah.
Oh, from where?
One of the towns we went to. Not a big deal.
Roll a deception check.
I was just gonna
That
say.
wasn't a lie.
It was in
Well,
Okay.
I'm still
So
like
then-
they've been going
It was
back
a
and forth
past
and
town
ignoring.
It was a past town we
So then,
visited.
so then actually, Freya, roll insight.
I was
if
gonna
you want
say, so
to.
it's not so much that I'm like super suspicious. It's more just like I've been asking, I'm like, what's going
No,
on,
I'm
and
being-
they've just
I'm being
kind of
careful
been.
not to lie, but
It's more just like the
Obviously, it's
brushing
not.
over, like it's nothing, but let's completely change your appearance.
I think we need to just focus on the general crowd as a whole, right?
You are so hyped about the win
Yeah.
that like whatever you're saying right now, you're just eating it up. You're just like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
just probably wouldn't recognize you. I mean,
Mohawk,
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was from a long time ago, I mean, we've changed a lot, so I wouldn't. And a lot of
You
they
come in
probably see people all the
tomorrow-
time. Yeah.
You're kind of
Beardless.
you're kind of excited to like shave his beard and cut his hair. Like he looks like a homeless person.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't bathed in forever, and the baths that he took were like half-assed. So it's like real like scraggly like beard that's got some shit left in it from like a while back. So you're like when they bring up like shaving and like trimming his hair, you're like, fuck yes. Morn today.
Excellent.
Eh,
Okay, yeah.
Except for like
Little war
beard is
paint.
longer and like way
Yes.
more like
Just matted.
That's a good picture.
he hasn't
Oh,
properly
little braid.
done.
Little
Yeah,
braid
no
on the side.
no self care on the beard. None.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So, what else are you guys doing?
It's only thanks to prestidigitation we're not kicked out of even the worst dive bars.
Eh, keeping that smell under wraps.
True.
So as the evening begins to wrap up, you guys start to make your way back towards the inn. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
You guys make your way back towards the inn. Those of you that can go through the front door do, and begin to head up towards your room. Those of you that can't, make your way to the back, where Kaz has instructed.
Well, I mean, we're just going to a long rest right afterwards, right?
Possibly, yeah.
You could just use my cloak. You could use Freya's cloak to get up into the room.
Oh, you're gonna bamf up in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you've never seen the space before, so it should be interesting. Oh yeah, well,
You can bamf up onto the balcony as long as you can see it.
That's
I
true.
can yeah.
I mean, you
I
can
peek
climb.
into the room.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
can
say.
just climb up. It's also climbing up a ladder, so I'll
Yeah,
come up.
it's literally a ladder, and then like it's like a little walk around into a. But if you want to, you can bamf up there too.
No,
Give
I'll
it a
walk up.
try.
Okay. So you guys make your way into the rooms. Are you guys all in the same room right now before you go to bed, or are you guys separating up into however you guys are gonna separate up? You guys have rooms right across the hall from each other.
We got 2 rooms. I guess we could split up.
So where's the new guy sleeping?
I was about to say that.
Or more importantly, I don't know. I've already been pretty close to them at this point, so I'd be okay to sleep in the same room as our new friend.
I
Jaden,
mean,
Freya.
we don't necessarily have to use both rooms. If we feel more comfortable or safer all being in the same room, we could make that work.
We were all in the same room last night.
That's probably safer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same room. Sounds like we're just
Same
gonna
room?
leave one room vacant.
Morn rolls out of bed roll.
I'll oblige. I also have a point of exhaustion, so I'm happily going to immediately, like, sprawl out on a bedroll.
As you guys begin to roll out the bedrolls, get comfortable and lay down, you hear in the corner of the room, "So, have you taken my offer into... What's the word I'm looking for? Have you taken me up on my offer yet, Morn?"
Did everyone hears this?
Yeah. And you look to the corner of the room, and standing in the corner of the room is a hooded, cloaked figure staring back at you.
Let me guess. Cliffhanger.
And that's where we're gonna end our
Yeah, you
episode.
son of
Mm.
Fuck.
You know, he did it again.
Aww.
Every time.
You motherfucker! Oh, you
Man.
always gotta end it on a cliffhanger.
All the time.
Bruh.
That was the last time Jaden got any nice sleep. He's about to get used to going to bed with the Undying One staring at him every night.
What?
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
We also don't know what we signed up for.
True.
Thank you for coming again, stream.
Of course,
Yes,
as always.
we
Thank you very
appreciate
much
you.
for showing up and listening to all of us do silly voices and roll dice.
And make faces.
Oh,
And
and to clarify though, is right before that happened, Jaden, you get a whisper in your ear, incoming.
Oh,
That's not scary to hear. Incoming. Alright, stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling with us and being part of the story. We will be back next week on Wednesday, 8:30ish Central. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Ciao! Peace out!